I'm going to show you the different materials you can use for outdoor projects. After that, I'll give you some tips on spring cleaning. Today, we're going to talk about exterior projects and the right materials to use with them. Now, first off, we'll start with regular framing lumber. Of course, it's in every lumber yard and every home center out there. This is a good, strong wood, but it's not great for exterior because Mother Nature's going to have her way with it. It doesn't hold up to the weather. So you're going to have to treat it somehow with a stain, paint, that kind of thing. What's really better, as long as you're not going to be doing it for decorative, pressure treated wood. This stuff is rated for ground contact. They've actually injected this with chemicals to make sure it lasts a lot longer. Now, if you're going to put this in as a fence post, it'll work great for a number of years. But if you cut it, make sure you treat the ends. That way that exposed stuff will last a little bit longer. Now, when it comes to working with trim and stuff outside, cedar's a great wood. But your best bet is to get something that's pre-primed. The primer they use works so much better than what you can get at your regular paint store, and it doesn't let that cedar oils bleed out of it. So when you're out shopping for that, make sure you get the pre-prime. It's just a little bit easier when you go to paint that thing. It's gonna last a lot longer as well. Now, when it comes to exterior siding, you have different woods you can work with, and of course there's composite claddings. Now, this is a great one right here. It's similar to a deck board, but you can get a 40-year warranty with it, which means you're not having to paint it. And this is a great product to use, and it can last a long time. All right, there is a new class of composite siding out there that's really cool. This looks like real wood, but what they've done is they've built a really cool core inside made out of limestone and fiberglass. So it doesn't expand and contract like a lot of the other composites do. And it's got a rubber coating, which means when I put a screw through it, it hides it because it self-closes around the outside. So I don't have to use any plugs or exterior screws that you're gonna see on it. It's a really beautiful look and a good way to go. Now, when it comes to decking, there's a lot of different things. We've seen all the different composite deckings, and there's a lot of great brands out there. I think there's over 50 at this point. It's a good way to go, especially in the Pacific Northwest, because otherwise you're staining that wood deck every couple of years. This is a great product. Just figure out the color you want and the price point, and it'll work well. And again, there's a whole new class of that has come out as well, using that same core as what we saw with the siding. And what's cool about this is it's that composite core, but it's made out of that limestone and fiberglass again. And so all the screws and stuff, you don't see when you put it in, and you can just face screw it. It looks really great, and again, you get that 40-year warranty. All right, when it comes to fasteners, you really need to pay attention to get the right ones because it does make a difference. They're designing things differently for wood and composites now. For instance, this is a wood screw right here, and this has your threads here and a special grip pattern here that lets it expand and contract, and it won't back out on you. So that's really important. Now, when it comes to composites, they've really come a long ways with these. They put a different head on them, and you have your traditional threads that go in, but they've got a different one here to hold the board, and it does a lot better job of holding them down. So make sure you're getting the right screw for the right project. All of these things are great if they're used in the right application for the right project. That way you can do this thing once, and it'll last you forever. All right, now that we're into spring, I've got some spring cleaning tips that could make this a little bit easier. You know, outside window cleaning is pretty self-explanatory, but when you get into that second or third story window or something that's super hard to get to, one of these hose end sprayers can make that job so much easier. You can rinse and put the soap up there. You're not gonna scrub them, but this will get them pretty well and make a great job of those windows, and they look clean. Now, if you're gonna be working outside on that patio furniture, this is something that can work really well. This is a mold, mildew, and preventer all-in-one. So you spray it on, wipe it off, and that stuff's not gonna come back for a few months. This can be really good for that outdoor lawn furniture. Now, if you're working on that driveway, trying to get that cleaned up, maybe the walkways or even that deck, some of these products like Spray and Walk Away from 30 Seconds Outdoor Cleaner is a good one. They're a Portland-based company, which I like. And if it hasn't rained for a couple weeks, which can be tough this time of year, you spray this down and walk away. The next few times it rains, it's already killed all that lichen, mold, moss, mildew, and it'll wash itself away. This is a great product. You just have to follow the directions. Now, if you've got big trees around, sometime in the spring, they will drop down sap and get all over everything. It could be the deck, the lawn furniture, your car. Head to your automotive store and get some of this remover. It works really well. It's got an oil base to it, so be careful and make sure you test the surface you're doing. This will work really well. Now, if you've got pets outside and they use the area out there to go to the bathroom, it can be kind of smelly. This is my secret weapon made by Odoban. It's a hose end sprayer. It's okay for the pet, so it's not going to hurt them. You go out and spray that lawn area, and it'll take all those smells away. This can really help you out in making that backyard smell fresh and clean, even when the pets have been outside. Now, if you've got a lot of dirt, grime, grease, like you're trying to clean the barbecue and stuff, get one of these heavy-duty degreasers. It'll really cut into that, and if you've got deep cleaning, this works pretty well. Now, one of my favorite cleaners is just a good dish detergent and soap. You can get most of your things cleaned with this, and it's good for the environment and the stuff you're working with. So these are some of my favorite tips to work with outside and inside. Now, when you're tackling these projects, just take a little bit at a time. It can seem overwhelming, and you get that project knocked out faster than you think.